PG Nation? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Carmen Foy. I am the CEO and president of PurityGirl Inc. And before we get started on today's episode, I'm going to ask you to subscribe to this channel, like this video, and hit the notification bell. That way you'll be notified anytime PurityGirl Inc. posts on PGTV. Today's episode, I want to talk to you about the power of social media. Girls, social media is a powerful tool. It can be a good thing or it can be a bad thing. It's a good thing when we're wanting to connect. It's a good thing when we are advertising businesses or advertising any events that we're hosting, or just really just staying in contact, especially days like this when we're not able to socially connect with a lot of people. We can still see how our friends are doing, checking in on our strong friends, make sure everybody's doing okay. Now, where it becomes a bad thing is, number one, when we make it a habit. Make a habit to be on social media all the time, just constantly, before doing anything else, or being on there all day and spending way too much time. I did a study on this about 3 or 4 years ago. And what I learned is that when you're on social media and we take a break and go to social media, it takes us about 20 to 30 minutes to get back on track to where we were before we even got onto the social media website. Yeah, that's a long time. That's a lot of time span out of your life to stop what you're doing, go to social media, and take 20, 30, 40 minutes to get back in place to where you were. Gosh, that's just so much. And also, with regards to social media, I've also learned that during my research that it is one of the main driving forces of anxiety and depression in today's society. And it's because you are watching somebody else's life and wishing, oh my gosh, I wish I had that car. Oh, I wish I looked like her. She's beautiful. When half the time we're all using filter apps anyway, let's be clear. But yes, so it is the driving force of anxiety and depression, just because sometimes we wish we were more than what God has made us to be. When God has created us in His perfect image, we are designed for His purpose, and we oftentimes forget that. So spending a lot of time on social media and also just using it to edify others in a way of coveting and wishing that you had what they had, or wishing that you look like they looked, and all that good stuff. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't want you to, as I mentioned before, there's a lot of good things about social media as well. But be very, very careful what you wish for, because a lot of times when we're all wishing to be somebody else or wishing to have that life, we don't know what that comes with. And we don't know if it's real or not, because people only post what they want you to see and believe. Trust me, I've seen people on social media where I know personally what they're going through, but they're portraying something totally different. And good for them, because they don't like a lot of people in their business. But at the same time, you have to be careful of that, because people are watching. And then you have people, as I mentioned, coveting and wanting to be a certain way like you when you're going through a lot of different things. So anyway, be careful, be cognizant of that. And also just remember, there is a huge epidemic that's going on right now, and it's known as human trafficking. Yes, human trafficking is huge right now. And that's where a lot of people who are mixed up in human trafficking, who are recruiting young girls and young boys to be a part of this world, that's where they get the bulk of their information from, is social media. So be careful what you post, because when you post yourself in a certain outfit, when you post that reveals a lot, when you post yourself as a certain image, older than you really are, and things like that, that really plays into just basically the mind of a person who is not right in that area. So be very, very careful of that. And again, just be cognizant of what you're doing, and just know that as you go off to college, a lot of you may be in college already. I know a lot of my Purity girls are at their freshman year, sophomore year, junior year, and I'm so proud of them. But also just remember, what you post on social media follows you, sometimes for the rest of your life. So as you post things and you go for job interviews down the line, years and years and years from now, have you ever noticed when somebody's running for a particular office, or somebody's wanting to pledge a particular sorority? And speaking of sororities, I'm going to shout out to my sorority, Delta Psi Epsilon Christian Sorority Incorporated. Hi, sorors. So anyway, as you're applying for things like sororities and maybe Miss America pageant, whatever that looks like, or jobs, employments, that job that you really want, just remember, those things that you post on social media can come back to bite you, because it says a lot about your character, whether it's real or not. So keep that in mind. I remember a few years ago, there was a girls baseball team who had made it to nationals, and they were so excited. They were getting ready to play in the national championship, just very proud of themselves. Well, they decided to do something bad to the other team. They took a picture and used their middle finger to tell them in a way, aha, we beat you so long, you know, you're losers and things like that, and just really portrayed a negative image. Well, that baseball league that they were playing for, that National Baseball League, saw that photo and unfortunately disqualified the entire team. And so the team that they beat that particular day were the team that advanced on to nationals, just because they used poor judgment taking a photo and posting it on social media. So girls, be careful what you post. Just know that you are beautiful, and I know those filter apps are out there, but do not create yourself to be more than what you really are, because you are perfectly, wonderfully made. You are beautiful. Be cognizant. Remember who's out there, the whole human trafficking epidemic. So be very, very careful. Again, social media can be a good thing or it can be a bad thing. But all else, what I want you to do, girls, is just really take care of yourself. So thank you so much for joining me on PGTV today, and we will see you next week when we'll have another episode for you. And also, we're going to pull a question from our mailbag, and we may have a guest speaker. Who knows? But just stay tuned and have a blessed day. Enjoy your week, and we love you. PG Nation out.